God bless you all in this beautiful day in the name of Jesus Christ. This is my testimony. My name is Mauricio Smith, ex-Latin King, ex-Catholic, ex-Buddhist. I talk this testimony for the glory of God. Part 1. I had no dad growing up. My mom would take care of me. My mom would work on the weekends to make ends meet. We was poor from the public housing. She could not control me so much. I was rebellious. I got jumped a lot in public, elementary school, when I was young, in a young age. I went to school in downtown Brooklyn. There was a lot of racism going on. I was a light-skinned kid, Spanish kid, and most kids around me were majority, say 80%, 70, 80% were more African-American blacks. So I grew up in that environment, and there was a lot of racism going on, and I would get called names in elementary school. And they would pick on me because I was different from the other kids. And my grandmother and my aunt would babysit me on the weekends. So this is a brief of part 1 that I'm explaining about my testimony of my life. They couldn't control me either because they were females and I had no role models and nobody to mentor me to become a boy or a man. I grew up with a lot of females in my life, in my mother's side of my family. And I was a young boy looking for a father figure. And I wanted the love of brothers. And I had one sister, she's older than me. At the age of 12, I started to go outside on the weekends when my grandmother and my aunt would babysit me. And I would go in their house on the weekends on after, say Friday after school. I would go from Friday to Sunday. I would stay over on the weekends at my grandmother and my aunt's house. So they would raise me from the ages of 12. Because my mom would work on Monday through Friday to help us, pay for the rent. And my mom didn't let me go out a lot in the neighborhood. I grew up in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. It was a rough neighborhood in the 90s growing up, early 2000. And my mom didn't let me come outside a lot because the neighborhood was really bad. A lot of crime, a lot of things going on in the projects. So I took my advantage on the weekends where I would go to my grandmother's house, where she lived borderline Queens and Brooklyn. So I was between both worlds. Monday through Friday I would be in Brooklyn, and then Friday afternoon I would be in borderline Queens and Brooklyn. And I grew up in that type of environment, New York City. So I would take advantage on the weekends to hang out. Without permission. I would leave sometimes the house without permission. I started at a young age, I had no one to control me. I had no father figure, so no one would control me. I was very rebellious because of the violence that I seen at home. Not growing up without a dad. I had a stepdad that was very abusive to my mother. It was her boyfriend. He was not my dad. He was abusive to me and my sister growing up. So I got used to seeing that as a child. It was traumatizing. And on the weekends I would take advantage. I would just hop the train at 12 years old and we'll hop the MTA and walk around other neighborhoods trying to learn, because I was from New York. I was trying to see different neighborhoods, different things, different people. I was trying to learn things, new things as a child. I was not familiar with, with everything, but I was learning. I made some friends from the neighborhood around my grandma's house. From the ages of 12 to 14, I started to smoke, drink, alcohol, smoke marijuana, cigarettes. I already was used to the violence from my neighborhood in downtown Brooklyn. And I went to school. I used to see my stepdad abuse my mom from the ages of 5. My mom, I was really young. He also hit me, my sister. So it was nothing new to me to be physically abused. Pain started to be normal in my life. I was looking for my family. I was looking for family, for love, and a father figure, a role model. I never had it, so I found it in the streets with bad company, older guys from the neighborhood, around my grandmother's house. And I used to hang around with